Stop. Okay, so today we are testing out my wedding makeup. So I'm going to do a full how-to hoopla. I'll show you what I'm using for the wedding stuff, but also the stuff that I use like every day. So, it's really fucking bright. Okay, so when you're doing makeup, you always want to start with a clean face. Since I'm like testing out my wedding makeup to see how I like it, I exfoliated my face, which helps, you know, your makeup look its best because it's intended to be used like that. There's just nothing for it to like flake off or whatever. There's nothing to interfere. Your dead skin isn't there. We're going to start with primer. That's always the first thing you do. I have a couple different primers that I use. If I can find them all. Oh, it's over here. No, it's not. I literally just had it. Is that what you ate there? Did you eat the primer? Oh, it's right here. I'm watching you. Sorry, it's like the sun's in like the worst spot right now. So, from lowest to highest, price-wise, I have this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Luminous Primer Stick. This was a couple dollars. I'm not really a fan. Mostly, it's like not creamy, and if I'm using a stick, I want it to be creamy so that I can spread it out. This just kind of is where you put it on your face. You can't really spread it out at all, and I don't really like that. And it's like, it's almost like a highlighter stick, so it makes me shiny, and as someone with like oily tendencies, I'm not the biggest fan of it. So that's how I feel about that. I also have, by Wet n Wild, this Photo Focus Rose Primer Serum. I don't know why it won't focus on that. Yeah. This one I actually really like. I've been using it like for my day-to-day quite a bit. It's like hydrating, but it's not overly oily, so I don't notice a difference in my skin. You could also use something like this if you're doing like a regular day type thing. The 3-in-1 Photo Focus. So it's a setting spray, which is what I usually use it for, but you can also use it as a primer if you're in a rush. Okay, so next up in price-wise, we're switching over to this brand called NYX. NYX is one of my favorite drugstore brands. It's a little more expensive than, say, Wet n Wild or even Maybelline sometimes, stuff like that. But I like the quality of it a lot better. They have a wider range. It's a little, I feel like they have more options, where Revlon and things like that can kind of seem like a little old people-y, where this has a better range. So I have two primers from them. The first one is Shine Killer. It's kind of like a gel. When you put it on, it spreads out really, really, really nicely. It really coats my face. I can feel it working, and I really like that a lot. And it helps so that your skin doesn't get oily. And I just like it a lot. I use it for work. Another one that I have by NYX is the Angel Veil Primer. This one's a little more lotiony. It does have an oily feel. It's oil-free. It's a velvety feel, sorry. It's oil-free. And I can't really feel it on my skin once it dries. This one I can like feel that it's there. And I like that because I know that it's working. But it's not like I can tell it's there all day. This one just kind of feels like a stickier lotion. But, I mean, that's what primer is. It helps your makeup stick to your face. That's the point of it. But the one that I'm using, oh my god, for the wedding is this, also by NYX. So those ones were probably between $10 and $12. I don't think they're too crazy expensive. This one that I'm using, it's called Honey Do Me Up. I like it because it's got like the little gold flakes in it. And I used to use it like primarily, like this was what I used all the time, but then I bought a house and now I'm poor. This one's $17. So it's still not like high end, you know, whatever, but it's a little more pricey for me. I'm sure a lot of other people too who, you know, don't spend $200 at Ulta every time they go. Like me, last time I went for all this wedding shit, and I didn't even get all expensive stuff. Like I only got a couple high-end products. So it has a little like, can you stop licking my foot? It has a little like spatula kind of, and I'm just gonna put it on the like main points of my face. So I did, that's yesterday's mascara, even though I washed my face. Forehead, cheeks, chin, and nose. And you just put it on like you would lotion. Look, you can see one of the gold, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the gold fleck. Excuse you. My dog already threw up twice this morning. And of course it was like while I was brushing my teeth, so like I'm running around with like toothpaste falling out of my mouth trying to chase him down. Alright, so I can already feel this like getting tacky and sticky, and it's beautiful and I love it. So I always prime first, even though I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. So just because I'm doing such I'm doing like a more involved look, I'm going to do my eyeshadow first. But if you're doing just an everyday look, you don't need to do your eyeshadow first, because you're probably not going to do it as intense as I'm about to. So where the heck, oh there you are. Okay. This is terrible. I'm really sorry that this light is happening. I probably should have waited like, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so because I'm being extra, you know, I'm going to use this makeup tape that I got at Ulta. Can you just like all get out of my way? So I'm just ripping off a little piece like this, and I'm going to rip that in half. And I'm going to look stupid while I do this, because I'm going to put it on both sides, because when I do my eyeliner, I'm really bad at making sure the angles are the same, and I hate it. So I want to make sure that I get them even before I really start. Makes it kind of hard to close my eye and look down, but it's just for a few minutes, right? Hello? Okay. Under my eyelashes. Ow, that was my actual hair. Okay, that looks fine. Okay. So just, it's not like sticky tape, it's like, this is made for this. That's why it has like lips and shit all over it. As annoying as that is. Okay. So, I did not like the last look I got when I practiced. So I'm going to try something else. But I'm going to, before I start, I'm going to put some concealer on my eyes and go up to my eyebrows, because I forgot to do that the last time I tested out the makeup. And so like underneath my eyebrows was a different color than the rest of my face, and it really bothered me. And it's good to have like a little bit of a base to get you started anyways. So I'm using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I think it was like $6. It's really affordable. I've loved every single ColourPop product that I've gotten so far. I've really liked them, so I'm not mad about it. I'll show you some other concealers that I have and use in just a minute and tell you what I think about them when we get there. Okay. Alright, so now that we're blended out, the next thing that I'm going to do is I got a jumbo white eye pencil. This is also extra. You don't have to do either of these two things that I just did, but I'm doing them to help. This helps give the truest color, because your skin color isn't going to interfere with the color of whatever eyeshadow that you're putting on. Alright. Well, I got concealer on it, so there's that. And then I'm just going to use my finger and blend it out. I look like I belong in like a horror movie or something. Okay, so now that that's on there, I have a nice base that my eyeshadow is going to stick to, and it's going to give it a true color. For eyeshadow, I have a couple different palettes that I use. The one I use the most is the ColourPop Yes Please palette. I got this for Christmas from my roommate. I really like it, but I really like warm neutrals. That's just what I use the most. It also makes my roommate crazy that that's what I do, because she gets sick of seeing the same thing every day. So then for my birthday, she got me this Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which I also really like. It has some greens, blues, purples. This one, I don't know how much it is. It's from Sephora, so it's Urban Decay is a little more pricey. I know that ColourPop is much more affordable. Most things on their website are under $20. I have a similar palette by NYX that has maybe a color or two more in it. Like, I think it's a 4x4 palette, where this is a 3x4 palette. So there'd be 4 more colors. Sorry, I'm bad at math. But, NYX just isn't as pigmented as the ColourPop is. So I feel like a little of this goes a long way. Like, I got this for Christmas, and I use it all the time so much, and I've barely scraped the surface, and they're so creamy. I really like the texture of them. I would recommend it, because if you find one that you're going to use for every day and you like the colors in it, it's not that much and you're going to look great. For the wedding, I got this other palette. It's called Sweet Talk. It's also ColourPop. So we're going to use this. There's a lady walking her greyhounds right outside my door. If I were eyeshadow brushes that I threw in here all willy-nilly, So I don't know if you can hear or see, but all my makeup right now is in the laundry basket. So I'm like digging through the laundry basket for, don't ask questions, okay? You know, like, I'm also, when I do this, I'm going to use this New Hue shadow switching pan. So it's basically just like a little sponge in here. And if I want to use the same eyeshadow brush for 2 different colors, I can swipe it in here and it'll help get all of that other color off so that it doesn't mess up my new color. I got this special for the wedding. I don't use this all the time. In case you think I'm that extra, I'm not. That's a piece of tape. I don't know where that came from. That piece of tape that I found, I also just stuck it on my shorts. So there's that. Okay. So when I do my eyeshadow, I start with like a pretty neutral shade that's kind of close to the color of my eye. And I usually do that to give it a good base so that I can see the other colors. But since I already have the white on here, I'm just going to, oh look, it's already creasing. Don't let your stuff crease. I'm going to blend this back out. Okay, so I'm going to set it. Yeah, I'm going to set this stuff. So setting it is when you have like something that's a creamy or liquidy consistency. And it's going to, when your skin folds, it's going to like build up. So you want to set it with a powder so that it stays in place. So that's what I'm doing with a color that you're probably not even going to be able to see. Let's be honest. So I'm just going to do the tiniest bit to get it on there. Okay. I feel a little better now. Okay. Now, we're going to do the crease. So this is the way I do it. I don't know. I've watched some other people do things differently. So I'm going with like a medium shade. Okay, I need to plan out what I want to do. Did I try this one? That one looks good. I should use that maybe. Okay, so I'm going to start with this color, Meadow. It's just like a mauve-y color. I'm just gonna put it right here using a windshield wiper motion. I want to get it all over. So I want to use it, like I'm going to go for longer than I think. Rather than dipping back into the eyeshadow, I'm just going to keep going and get it nice and spread out as much as I can. Kind of hitting just the bottom of my brow bone and following it all along. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. I shouldn't have tapped that shadow off. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so there's the start. Then I'm going to take this color, I don't know what that is. So I started with this like mauve-y color, so like a medium color. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker color. I'm going to do it just so like right in this outer V that I have right here. I'm going to focus mostly towards the bottom. So I'm going to do a little circle going towards my eyelashes. Maybe go up into the crease a little bit. Just a little bit, not very much. So where the color is on my eye, like if I'm looking straight forward, where this white is and over, that's where I want to do it. I don't know if you can tell what I'm saying, if that makes sense, but that's where I want to put this color. That's what I want. And when you use in circles, or if you go in a back and forth motion, it helps like kind of diffuse it or blend it into the other colors. I'm going to take whatever's left on my brush and I'm just going to go into that crease with the same color, just a little bit, but like kind of like, so before we were going kind of up with that lighter color, and when I do this color, just the tiniest bit that I take, I'm going to go more down, like deeper into that little crease in my eye. Okay, get that color off there. Okay, then I'm going to take, so for all of that, I was just using this little, it's kind of a fluffy, small brush. That's it on my hand. Now I'm going to take like a flat little eyeshadow brush with this light pink color. I'm going to go all across my eyelid and cover all of the parts that I wasn't doing before. Just get it a nice little pink hue. So this is color number 4. So color number 1 just went over my eyelid. It's a pretty light color just to get everything going. Color number 2 was like a medium color, and it went just in the crease, the upper crease. Color number 3 was a little darker. It went on the outer V and deeper into the crease there. This is color number 4, which is like a lighter pink. It's the color that I really wanted to focus on, and it goes over the eyelid. Now, I'm going to take this. I think it's similar to a pencil brush, but I'm not really sure. It's just like a little more dense, smaller brush. So the other one's like more fluffy. This one's more concentrated at the end. I'm going to take this dark plum color very lightly. I don't want a whole lot of it. I'm going to go just right here, very, very lightly. So this is like the deepest, darkest color that I'm going to use right now. I'm keeping it very, very light. I'm barely touching, and I'm just giving it a little bit more dimension and depth. I should have cleaned this mirror before I started, but oh well. Okay. I'm not mad about this. I like it a lot better than what I was doing the other day. The other day I used a lot of glitter, and I would rather shimmer than glitter, I think. I realized. Too little, too late. Okay, so I have a single. So I ordered stuff from ColourPop online too, also for the wedding. So this is a Super Shock Shadow Single. And to get the best pigmentation out of these, you want to use your finger, but I want it to be a little more diffused. So I'm going to use a little brush. Oh, this is just glitter, isn't it? Maybe we're not going to use this. No, we're not. Okay, so is this creamy or is this is what I want? Okay, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use my finger to go into this shimmery eyeshadow. And I'm just going to put it from the inner corner of my eye to the center, focusing along my lash line and then blending upward. So this is one of those creamier colors that I was talking about, and to get the best color out of it, I use my hand. Because when I use the brush, a lot of it, I don't know what happens to it, but it feels like it gets lost almost. It just doesn't look as strong when it actually is on my eye. Okay, that's not bad. But then I'm going to take this little golden color. I'm going to put it, well, I kind of want to fluff this out a little bit and kind of diffuse it just a little bit, because I want the focus to be this color that I'm about to put on. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a halo eye, so I'm going to do this right up the center of my eye right here. So I'm just going to take this little pop of gold just on the center. Okay, kind of blending it out with a finger that doesn't have anything on it. Okay, and then if I'm feeling extra, I might put a little bit of glitter on top of it, but I don't know yet. So I have a couple glittery colors that I got. Okay. So I ordered this one because it was like one of our wedding colors. It's like a mauve-y with like orange undertones. It's called Light Up. Got that from ColourPop. I got this one, which is called Paisley, which is like a champagne beige white. But I also have in the palette that I bought, there's like this is a glitter, this is a glitter, and this is a glitter. So this Prima Dream looks kind of cool. Oh, it's very, very glittery. So maybe I'll just do one right on top of that gold that I did. Probably went too high up on this one, and I can't get it off because it like really gets on there. So we're just gonna roll with this, I think. Just kind of go to that. Okay, well, fucking glitter it is, I guess, huh? Alright, cool. Roll with it, I should have used a brush rather than my finger because it's really on there now. Okay. Now I just look like a goddamn fairy princess, I guess. Alright. Well, I tried a bunch on my hands, so I'm going to go grab a baby wipe so that I can get this off of me. Okay, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but I don't know if I necessarily want to do this for the wedding, so I'm gonna have to just keep trying, I suppose. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of eyeliner. I got the ColourPop liquid liner. This, I think, it was under $10, so I like it so far. I don't really know I don't know if I can help anyone with eyeliner because I'm still doing terrible. So hopefully this, I'm hoping this tape kind of helps a little bit. These are not going to be even. Alright, well. This part is super frustrating for me, so I'm really sorry. Okay. And the glitter, I feel like, is making it really uneven. So this one's a lot thicker now. So now I have to make this one thicker. Can't get this off. Okay. That hurts. Okay. Ow. Okay. These aren't even close to even. A little better. This one's a lot thicker though, but oh well. We're just gonna roll with this for right now because this is not my wedding. If it was the wedding, I would probably start over because this one actually looks really good. I like this one a lot, but this one, the edge I think I'm okay with, but it just got too thick and whatever, it's fine. This is fine. Okay. Okay. We're moving on. We are moving right on. Alright. So now that I'm done with eyeshadow, I have... You can't... Like, it's like... Now there's like a shadow. This is not the ideal situation, guys. head is very bright now. Okay, well, alright. I'm gonna take, this is called Fallout. It's like when the glitter from my eyeshadow gets under or away from my eyes. I'm gonna just try to get all that glitter off there because you don't want it. I don't want my face to be glittery. Hold on. Hold on. This is like just working out fabulous for me. I don't know, maybe that'll help. Probably not. Okay. Now. Sure. I'm going to take just a little bit more of that primer because I wiped it off. Ooh, it's real sticky. Honey, they wasn't lying. Alright. Put that back where I wiped it off. Okay. Now, I'm going to do my eyebrows a little bit. I have a couple of different eyebrow stuff that I've gotten. For eyeliner, the ColourPop is really, sorry, I didn't really talk about that because I was frustrated. The ColourPop is really affordable. I like the ones that are like pens. So like this one's a little pen. The ColourPop one's really affordable. I've used Wet n Wild before. I've used a lot of different brands, really. And I mean, it's just, the more you spend, I feel like usually the longer it's gonna last, like on your face. This Physicians Formula, I think it's like the eye booster, so it's a eyeliner and a lash serum. It's like a dupe for the Kat Von D eyeliner, which is supposed to last a really long time. This is what I used until I got that ColourPop the other day. So I like this one a lot. It's also a pen. So I like that one. I also have this NYX Matte. I got this in like a little promo bag that I got at Ulta. This one's a brush. So it's like a lot more flimsy and it takes a lot more practice. So I would anyone starting, I would use a pen and then move up later in the world. Okay, so I'm going to use a couple different eyebrow things. I have the Brow Boss Pencil by ColourPop, also under $10. And then I have the Boss Brow Gel, which is just like a little mascara basically for your eyebrows. So I'm going to use this first. I don't know which one you're supposed to use first, so I just kind of do whatever I want. And I go up and then I go across the top and down. So it's like you can also use for a brow gel if you don't want like the color. They make like a clear gel, or you can usually get pretty cheap clear, like a clear mascara. You can use that. I've used NYX eyebrow pencils. I like those. I don't do too much with my eyebrows because there's just a lot there, so I just try to kind of give it a little bit of a tail, honestly, because I don't know what else to do. So mostly I'm just going to go underneath the bottom here, follow it along, and then I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a friend on the top to match it. And then anywhere that it looks like I have thinner, but the gel really helps, so I don't need to do that too much. Just follow it around, give it a little bit of a point. My contact moved so I can't see on this side. It does look pretty even. So I'm just gonna fill in this tail a little bit. Okay. Then I'm gonna squish this away. And then on the other end of most of the eyebrow brushes there's a spoolie. So I'm just going to use that to brush and blend. So the gel's gonna help, like this one's sticking right up. It should help those stay where they're supposed to stay. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my foundation. I don't even know how long it was. 41 minutes! 41 minutes, here we are. It should not take you this long. Okay, so I am using for foundation for the wedding Born This Way by Too Faced. This was like $37 or something along those lines. So this is what I'm using for the wedding. I wanted something a little bit more. It's a medium to full coverage foundation, which means there's 3 different kinds, light, medium, full. You can kind of get the gist of it. For other foundations that I've used that are a little more affordable, a lot more affordable, to be completely honest with you. And I have a whole collection, so I've used I use so many things. I have a foundation stick by Makeup Revolution. This was my go-to for months. I loved it so much. It's really creamy. It was easy to do because I just put the stick right on my face where I wanted it, and then it would melt right into my skin. This one's really old, and it's like absolutely gone, and it melted in the car at Disney once. So, this is pretty affordable. I think at most it was like $12. And it lasted me for a long time. I like that one a lot. Another foundation that I've used is this Maybelline 24 Hour Super Stay. This one I like. I've used it. It's very full coverage. It lasts. The shade was wrong for me, I think, that I picked out. Because I'm impatient, I didn't go to a store that had the right shade. I just wanted it then and there because I wanted to try it. I'm all about long wear because I just want to do it and be done. I don't want to have to touch up or anything. So this one I like. I use it every day. It blends out really well. It lasts a long time. But the one that I used before that I used for probably 2 years, was the Maybelline Matte Fit Me, which was really good because I have oily skin. I liked that one a lot. I think it's like $8 where that one's $12 for the 24 hour. The formula to me is very, very similar. It's the same brand. The packaging's the same. Both of those are very good options for anyone, I would say. Okay, so I'm going to do my foundation. This one has a pump, so I'm just going to pump it on the back of my hand. I'm going to do one pump. I'm going to start there. What happened to my beauty blender? There it is. I'm going to use my sponge. There's hair on it. Cool. I'm going to dot a little bit and then spread it out. Normally I would just dot all over my face and then blend it out. What the fuck? Get off of my face. But I'm going to do a little bit at a time right now. But normally I would just do like a little dot. I'm going to try to be careful around my eyes and my eyebrows. Now, you don't need this to cover up every imperfection because after this, we're going to use concealer to cover it up. So foundation is like a base to help your skin all like look even and smooth And then anything else that this doesn't cover, you use the concealer to cover up. And when you do foundation, you want to go all the way to the edges and also down your neck. So I'm going to use another pump. I just want to build this up a little bit, so I'm going to put a second layer. And that's what they mean by buildable. So you do one layer, if that doesn't cover enough, you do a little bit more. A lot of people will recommend taking your nose ring out. Look, there's foundation all over my nose ring. When you do your makeup, I'm lazy. I probably will for the wedding so that I look great. I don't think I did for my engagement pictures though. I think I just did it just like this. Get as close to my eyebrows as I can without messing them up. Then blend it up. Oh shit, don't do that. Okay. And then down my neck. So I didn't get underneath my under eyes as well as I normally do because I'm really trying to stay away from my eyeliner. But I'm gonna get it with the concealer. Alright. Okay. Now, concealer. I'm going to use the ColourPop concealer. Like I said, this was less than $10. Everything by ColourPop is super affordable and it's like really good quality. Some other concealers I have. I think I only have 2 other concealers right now. I have the Wet n Wild concealer. Not really a fan of this one. It's fine. It's not my favorite thing. I also don't remember buying this, but I bought it, so I've been using it for work. There's a hair on my face touching me. The Milani Conceal and Perfect. I like this one. It's very full coverage. It's very creamy. My only issue with this is that when I put it on my face, I like to put all the concealer in all the places that I would want it and then blend it out. This one I have to do one spot at a time because it dries down so fast that if I don't blend it out right away, it dries there and I can't do anything with it. So there's that. But the ColourPop is definitely my favorite. I used NYX for a while, but since I bought this, I've kind of been obsessed with it. So I'm going to go very carefully along the bottom of my eyelid to get those little quote-unquote dark circles. And then I'm going to go and make like a little fan to do that. And then I have like marks from pimples from not cleaning my glasses enough and still wearing them. And then I'm going to use this to kind of highlight parts of my face as well. So I'm going to do like a V in the middle of my forehead. I'm going to do it down my nose a little bit. Right here. My Cupid's bow. And then I always like do right here because I always have like pimple marks there. And a little bit here. And one swipe down each side of my chin. I have a lot of acne scars but it also helps with the highlight. Okay. So, we're going to blend this out with the sponge that I keep losing. Okay. So under my eye, I'm using like this really small part. A lot of sponges that you get are going to have like a point to it, which makes this a lot easier than what I'm doing. Okay. That was like the stressful part, was right up under my eye. Blend, 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 blend. Blend, 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 blend. Blend, 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 blend. It's like freaking baby Einstein's in here. Pat, 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 pat. Alright. Now, almost immediately, because this is going to dry up, I'm going to take a dry sponge, because I like to use dry when I use powder. And I'm going to set under my eyes really, really fast, because I don't want it to start creasing. Hello? Okay. So I'm just going to put it on there like that. I'm going to show you what I'm actually doing right now. So I'm like, this is called baking, actually. So I'm taking a loose powder, which I'll show you what it is, that I'm using in just a second. I'm just going under my eyes, really packing it in there, pressing it into my skin. I'm going to leave it kind of sitting on there for a little bit. And I'm going to do where my smile lines are. Alright. I think those are the only places that my face really creases. Oh, let's do a little bit on the forehead. I can see it already. That's what you get for frowning too much. That was me talking to myself. Sorry, guys. This whole thing is me talking to myself. I don't know what I'm even saying. Okay. So it's going to look a little weird right now because there's like an excessive amount of powder on my face. Holy guacamole! Okay. So this is baking. So I'm taking a loose powder. I'm going in like the main areas where my skin creases. So like when I smile, it'll like separate my makeup, just like with the eyeshadow. For this, I used Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder. I used to use this all the time. It was my go-to. And then I didn't want to spend the money on it, so I started using pressed powders from Wet n Wild, which also work. They work just fine. I don't want that for the wedding. I want to use something a little more that I'm friends with. You want it to be like your skin color, basically. And it's just to keep your foundation on a little longer. Helps it stay where it's at instead of moving around. So I'm going to set the rest of my face. So baking is like you put more powder on the more problematic areas that would probably crease a little more. And then setting is just making sure everything else stays where it says it's going to. One of my favorite actual loose powders is like $3 or $4 at Walmart. For whatever reason, it's kind of over by like the nail stuff. It's called Airspun. I mean, you can get it at more than just Walmart. That's just where I shop, so I know where it is there. It's Airspun. It's like $3 or $4. It's like twice the size of the one that I bought. This Maybelline one. So we'll see. I would recommend that for when I'm starting or when I'm trying new products. I like to start with the cheapest thing that I can and then graduate to the more expensive brands. Because if you can get the general idea if you're going to like what that kind of product does by using a cheap one. So rather than wasting like $20, I only wasted, say, $2. I wish I knew how to actually do my eyebrows. Okay, so now I'm going to brush that extra stuff off. This is like the fast part, I feel like. Because I didn't realize this has been going on for like an hour, so I'm sorry. Okay. And the sun is like really right there. It's like right there. And I don't know what to do about it because the light in my other room is like freaking terrible. Just hold on a minute. Just hold on a minute. Not ideal, but oh, not good at all. Okay, so we're just gonna do this, I guess, for the last little bit. It's almost done. We're almost done. This is almost over. I'm really sorry. Can you just stay there for like 5 minutes? Okay, so now I'm going to do bronzer. My favorite bronzer is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I've been using it for a long time. But there's also a really good Wet n Wild one. I just like, this one like smells really good, so for whatever reason, I pay like $10 more for it. So I use, this isn't the one I want. This is a contour brush. For that powder I was using, it's just a big fluffy brush. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to roll this across the pan, tap off the extra. I'm going to make a fish face. So this is contour / bronzer. And right where that shadow is, like a tiny bit above it, that's where I'm going to do this. So I'm going to start on the outside of my face and I'm going to go down towards the side of my mouth. And the purpose of this is to help thin out your face. Okay. Alright, okay. That's probably a little bit much. I'm going to diffuse it a little bit with like another big brush. Same powder. I'm going to go all around the outside of my face, staying over here towards my ear. And then I'm going to just dip, like one quick dip. I'm going all around the outside of my face. This just kind of makes it blend a little better so that my face doesn't look like it's like way lighter than the rest of me. It just makes it a little more natural, a little blended look. Okay, then I'm also going to take this and I'm going to go under my chin. And down each side of my neck a little bit, like in the little indent lines. Okay, that's that. And then, what do I have left? Highlighter. So highlighter for the wedding, I got this ColourPop Lunch Money Super Shock Cheek. Oh, I want to do an inner corner highlight on my eye. Hold on. Where did I put that? Oh, I'll just use this highlighter. That's probably the best idea anyways. So I want to highlight the inner corner of my eye. So I'm just going to use my finger again. Oh, this is so creamy. I love it. Okay. I'm just going to tap it on the inner corner of my eye just to give it a little bit of a highlight right there. It's just a little va-va-voom, you know? And then I'm just gonna rub the leftovers across the bottom of my eyebrow, my brow bone, that's what that's called. Okay, now I'm going to actually use this as a highlighter. And my highlighter brush is a fluffy fan brush that I got from NYX. I don't clean my brushes very often, and I really should, so I'm just going to swipe it, and I'm going to go right above where we did our bronzer. On both sides. I can see the glitter flying everywhere. I'm also going to do like the tail part of my eyebrow, down my nose, just a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my cupid's bow. And I love me some highlighter, so I'm kind of doing an excessive amount. Like, it's not even bright in here and I can already see it. Like, this stuff is the jam, okay? See that? It's blinding you. Blinding you. Look like I'm wet. Okay. So, this highlighter was also under $10. I really like it. It's really creamy. It's like what dreams are made of. But I also have, don't judge me, I got this a long time ago and it arrived in the mail broken, so I put it in a Ziploc bag so that I could still use the product, and then I emailed the company that I bought it from and they sent me a brand new one, so now I have 2 highlighter palettes for the price of 1. You're welcome. I'm not going to tell you who I got it from because I don't want, well, it was NYX. It was NYX. I got it from NYX. This is Strobe of Genius. That's the palette. This is actually my favorite highlighter with it because there's 5 different highlighter colors in here, and because they were broke, I put it in here. And when they all mix together, I really, really love this highlighter. But I also like the palette as well. This was, I think, maybe $20. You can get highlighters for cheap. You can also get like a small light colored shimmer eyeshadow, and it does the same thing. It's just a light shimmery color and it works really good. So this is what this looks like. I'm going to set my face with setting spray before I do my mascara. I might put on the lip color. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put on the lip color. I'm just gonna do it. For the wedding, for setting spray, I'm going to buy the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Just because I've heard so many good things about it, but for right now, I don't have it. I do have a couple different ones though that I like. This flower, Seal the Deal. You can get this at Walmart. It's Drew Barrymore's makeup line. I really like this one a lot. It hasn't done me wrong. I don't even know if that's what's in here because honestly, when my setting sprays start to run out, the sprayer doesn't work anymore, but there's still product in it. Like, I can hear it, so I'll pour it into another one. The Milani Make It Last. I've been using this one a lot. I haven't had any problems with it. I really like it. So it's so far so good. I also have those sprays from earlier, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. These are also setting sprays, as well as, like I said, you could use it for a primer. The NYX has one. Ulta brand has their own. It just depends on, I don't want to even touch my face and have it come off, like, on, like, anything. I'm really weird about transfer, so, I usually spray the crap out of my face. So I'm gonna do that right now. Hello? Are you kidding me? So this Milani one says it has 16-hour wear. I don't know why this one won't spray. I've had problems with the actual spray for this before. Like the mechanism of it, which bothers me. I'm literally pouring it into another one right now because that one didn't have very much left in it. And that one spray wouldn't work, so I'm just gonna shake it up. Alright. That's probably quite a bit. We're just gonna let this dry. I'm probably gonna spray it one more time. I'm not gonna lie. You can like see it. I can see it sitting on top of my skin. Okay, so that's probably enough, I guess. I'm gonna let this dry. Hair, get out of here. Now my hair's all wet. So I always do this before I do my mascara because I sprayed a lot. Mascara, I have a couple different ones that I really like. My absolute favorite one is the Maybelline Mega Plush Volume. It's this teal one. It gives me the best definition, but I also really like Snapscara, mostly because it's easy to take off, and I hate taking off my mascara at the end of the day. So those are both Maybelline. I've tried some other mascaras. The Maybelline Great Lash is really cheap, and it's really great. It wins all the awards. ColourPop has a mascara. I did not buy it. I did not try it. I got the sample of, I don't even know what, Lancome. It's called Monsieur Big. This is okay. I've tried a sample of the Better Than Sex mascara. But for the wedding, I got this Benefit Roller Lash, mostly because one of my favorite beauty YouTubers used to use it all the time. So I'm gonna do it. So it's curved. It's not like bristly. I'm gonna put this on real quick. This was pretty expensive. So the expensive things that I bought when I went to Ulta were the foundation by Too Faced and this mascara that I got, because those were the things that I wanted to splurge the most on. I also knew that I really liked the ColourPop shadow, and I like a lot of things about ColourPop. ColourPop has a lot of products available online. They have some stuff available in Ulta. I'm sure their mascara is really good. They have a lot of stuff available online as well. They have their own foundation. So they made concealer. It's called the No Filter Concealer. It was so popular, and people were using that for a foundation, so they came out with the No Filter Foundation. So if you know anyone who's tried that, let me know, because it's pretty affordable. They also have their own primer and setting spray, though I didn't want to. I wanted to splurge a little more on my setting spray, because I think the set is like $20 or something. It's not, for like both of them, it's not very expensive. And I love everything that I've had from ColourPop so far, so I'm gonna do one more coat of this. Let's see. Without it getting clumpy, hopefully. So far, so good. Okay, so there's that. I'm probably gonna skip the lip color because I know that I really like the lip color that I did. So this is what we look like. If you have any questions, text me, email me, FaceTime me, Facebook me, leave me a comment on here. Okay, I'm gonna go eat breakfast now. Bye.